All right, hello everybody. So what I'm going to be doing today is just giving you a run through of how to work the Brew Day application. So when you open up, the first page you'll see is the home page. This is where you can click on and select whatever recipe you're going to be brewing today. So for example, for our latest one, we did a little summer loving, which is based off America's Pale Wheat. But what we did is we added lemon peels at the very end. So at your top here, you're going to have your ingredients. So wheat, liquid malt extract, pale grains, so on and so forth. Description, so it'll tell you what the recipe is, what's going on with it, the whole shebang. And then down here is the most important part, changes. So as you can see here, it's up to add only 1 can of the wheat liquid malt extract. So step 2 is the LME DME addition. So that's where you're going to add all that stuff. But this change means you only added 1 can. Now that reason is the second can is going to come in during your third step, your hop addition step. So once you get all that, once you study all that, the next page is grain steeping. So this is how long you're going to steep your grains. So whenever you want to start, you're going to hit add reading. You see the timer is going to start up here. And whatever you put in here, it's going to show up on this graph over here. And whenever you hit add reading, whatever is reading up here will appear down here. So we'll do 140, for example. And notice if the heat is too slow or too fast, it'll give you a warning message telling you what is going on. Now, once you do the 30 minutes, that passes all that stuff, you go on to the next step. Now, in this step, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the grains out and bring to a boil. So as you can see, the timer is now down here. The temperature, for example, let's just do 170. See, it appears over there. Now, say in 19 seconds, it reached 220. Now, at 220, you notice it's starting to boil. You come down here, you hit end timer, it stops the timer. Now, for this part, what you do is you add your malt extract, stir it in, and bring it back up to a boil. So, for example, 220, let it heat for about 10 seconds, 8 seconds. All of a sudden, it's up to 250. And all of a sudden, it's starting to boil. So you notice this boils at 14 seconds. You hit end timer, it stays there. Then you go to your next step, hop addition. Now, this will vary depending on your recipe. So time to boil, in this case, will be 60 minutes. Hit 60, add data point. Timer down here starts. It'll keep going until it reaches 60 minutes. Now, here we'll just say like 220. Then we'll hit it again, say it went up to 221. Hit it again, say it went up to 225. Then you sort of get the idea there. Now, wort chilling, same thing applies here. You wanted to get to below 130, so your starting temp, for example, might be 225. Now, as you can see, it starts here. Then down here at the bottom, you see stop timer again. So say in 15 seconds, it dropped all the way down to 125. Hit stop timer. Then yeast pitching. So this is your final step. This is where we're going to take your initial gravity reading. So for example, say temperature gravity reading was 85 degrees. For example, my calibration temperature is 68 degrees. Depending on the hydrometer you're using, it'll vary. And then the gravity reading at that point, so say 1.69. And then the true gravity reading down here is 1.071. So that's the gravity rating you're going to mark down, keep track of. Although you don't have to, because when you hit this export button, that will carry over. So pitch temperature, this is the temperature you input when you pitch the yeast. So if it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit and you dump in the yeast, that's what you do. Pitch temperature will say 75. And then what you'll do, all that, and hit export. And what happens there is wherever you have it installed on your computer, you're going to open it up. Then you're going to see two folders pop up. Brews, which will keep track of your temp log. So for example, this is steeping grains. This is your first step. I had time measurements at 0, about 5, about 9, about 15, 20, 25, a little before 30, and 30 again. This is the temperature readings at those times. 96 all the way up to 164. Then step 2, same thing. It got to boiling around 211. Step 2.2, it got up to boiling again around 212, right after 60 minutes. So next step, boiled it again for 60 minutes, got up to 212, chilled it, got down really fast. So that's what's in your brews folder. If you go back, you see your master logs here, master brew log. Now this is going to keep track of all of your brews. So what's going to happen down the line is there's going to be an AI I release, which will be able to read all these. And then you'll give a taste score saying, oh, this is citrusy, this is so-and-so. And then what that AI will do is it'll read it, it'll develop constraints, and it'll sort of help you pick, okay, for your next recipe, try subbing this in for this. If you like citrusy beer, try using this grain instead of this grain. But that's the basic rundown of how to use the Brew Day app. I hope that comes in handy for you guys. I hope that we're going to release that AI soon rather than later. But I'll keep you guys posted. Keep an eye on the GitHub page because that's where it'll be released at. Anyways, thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this, and I hope you guys have a nice day.